Hi guys. So Savannah went to do something real quick, and we decided we're going to do a test one. So here it is.
I almost don't want to touch it.
I'll touch it. I'm intrigued.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Wait, is that a skull?
It's a bone.
I think it's like a full skull. Hold on.
Here. Miss, I don't want to touch it.
Okay, but then I saw a skull. It's not going away.
Okay, here.
I think it hates me.
Here. We gotta like pick away at the fur. I'm just using my nails. Oh god. Maybe it needs to be like microwaved first. Could it be microwaved?
I was thinking soaking it in water. Oh no, maybe it needs to be rehydrated.
Yeah.
Because I thought, oops, there went a jaw.
Oh god.
But like there's
Don't
a wrinkle.
break Josh's bones.
Yes. So all the bones that we find are going to our marketing director because he called dibs.
Yep. Oh, there's a bone.
Really? I thought it was like a, I don't know, rainbow.
What's the Skittles?
Crunch.
The rainbow
Oh my
taste.
god, it crunched.
Eat the rainbow, taste the rainbow, like Skittles.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
This is
This is
big old thing
compacted.
that they ate. What little critter did they eat?
I think it's a squirrel.
Yeah, it looks like a little. It looks like fangs. Or like long.
Long stuff.
Long teeth. Ew.
Look at the fur. Hold on. We're going to. I'm going to scoot that up.
Was looking at her.
She hit the. Something went flying.
This is why Savannah.
Oh my gosh.
Watch us.
What is that?
I don't know where it went.
What?
12 seconds later.
Okay.
I tried to just grab the bone and it broke, so they're quite fragile. Fragile. It's just crunching away.
I think that's the disgusting part. There's a skull fragment. You sprung a skull at me. What is wrong with? What have I done to you?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to. This fur is really gross.
Do you think this is a femur? Or maybe it's.
It looks like a piece of a leg bone.
I don't know the terminology for bones in a squirrel.
This looks like a
Gopher.
Oh god! Okay, this is getting dangerous.
Maybe I need to wear a mask.
We are not in the right.
We don't know what we did.
I have an idea. I'm a pause. Hi.
Hi. Oh, by the way, this was the idea. We are now ready. Lab coats.
Oh yeah.
You look like you're about to eat a fancy dinner or something. I like that you all are. Yeah, I'm gonna gross you out. Scientists don't get quite grossed out over these
No,
things.
I was gonna.
Wait, that's the one. Where did it go?
No.
So have you already shared a little bit about what this science experiment is?
No.
I think we dug right in.
We just
Okay, so Elyssa and Taylor are doing an owl pellet dissection. It's one of the many fun discovery demos that we have here at the
That's a skull.
Exploreum that you can book for a field trip. We do it in our academies, all sorts of stuff. It's a classic science experiment that you can do. It's very engaging, clearly.
throwing skulls at each
Yeah, we don't typically throw the skulls.
We didn't mean to.
It was an
at each other.
accident.
So the
This is why
reason,
Savannah's back.
Yeah.
I mean, not why, but you know.
Yeah.
I'm
This is why she's
supervising.
here.
Yeah. So yeah,
We are
so
not
there-
scientists.
Where did you get that?
We don't typically use that for a dissection.
I didn't have another thingy. I don't want to use my finger.
I started to use my finger.
So yeah, so we we do allow for self-exploration here at the Exploreum. So what they're doing is dissecting an owl pellet, like I said. So an owl pellet is actually regurgitated matter of an owl. So they eat their prey whole. They are predators, and because they can't digest certain things, they regurgitate it back up.
AKA bones.
And so, AKA bones. So by looking at an owl pellet and going through this lovely process of picking it apart, you can find these little bones, and we actually have a bone chart here that you can't quite see, and so you can identify what this particular owl might have eaten, and so that tells you a lot about where they're located, their lifestyle, whether they were a healthy owl, not a healthy owl, if they were eating enough. It's technically considered biological specimen, and we study these things in science because they tell us a lot about those living creatures.
Don't you love it?
So I got a question for you.
I am doing it like a makeup video.
It's a rib.
Yeah.
So
that's a great one.
That's good and
I don't think these are bird bones.
So no, it could be a rodent. There's a number of different like small rodents and things that owls eat.
Owls do eat birds too, though, don't they?
Okay. Smaller birds. Yeah, I'm thinking that one is definitely not a squirrel necessarily. It's looking just like a small mouse,
a rabbit,
or
a rodent.
Yep, that's actually
a gerbil.
A guinea pig. That's
I don't know. It's got some big old teeth.
So
it does.
Something that could help us figure out what kind of rodent this is kind of looking at the natural habitat of these owls.
Okay.
Because well, would they eat a guinea pig? Yeah, probably.
Ew.
Guinea pigs aren't typically readily found where they live. But that's kind of the fun of this, is there's no right or wrong way to do this.
Yeah.
It's just investigation, and it's a great tool to familiarize students with the practice of a dissection of biological specimen, how to safely do it. Of course, y'all are using tweezers, which are relatively safe, but we do some things with scalpels.
I should not use my fingers, is what I'm hearing.
Well,
you could, but
with this we could.
But maybe
so.
Don't do it.
Typically, you're supposed to use PPE, personal protective equipment, when doing any kind of
Lab coats.
Lab coats are considered PPE. No.
I tried to find goggles. I couldn't find
love
goggles.
I do like the tie-dye. I think these are perfect.
They're us.
Yes.
They are.
Why won't the rest of this fur come off? Do you want to hear what I
stuck like
told
glue.
her earlier?
Sure.
I said we should put it in the microwave to get it loose, and she said more like soak it in water. I really... The silence is all I needed. I had to get your reaction.
While I like that you're thinking like a scientist and trying to come up with solutions,
We got the look.
I think it's wonderful that y'all are thinking problem solving on how to.
the box.
Yeah, it's outside.
Would soaking it work?
I wouldn't recommend it. So the whole purpose of this dissection is the structural integrity of some of these bones, and so you can properly identify what they've eaten.
Oh yeah, that's the head.
Yep.
That's what I was trying to get out.
You broke the head in half.
Yeah, it was a little bit fuller.
This was the other half.
It's okay.
It's okay. We can put it back together.
Is that the sinus cavity right there?
So that's where its teeth would have been. So see, these are the front teeth. So I'm going to touch it with my hands. I'm going to gross y'all out. But all of our biological specimen that we purchase here is safely preserved, as safe as it can be. And so
here's the teeth.
So look, sinus cavity is going to be back here.
Is that a tooth?
Okay. That's a little big. I thought that was a claw.
Maybe it is.
Kind of looks like a
The
like a
claw.
nail. So again, that's really why this is so great. And you can do this
here's the
activity with
jaw.
all age groups. It's very engaging. Obviously, it's fun.
Tooth go back in.
Yeah, those are teeth.
I don't like the way that looks.
If you're not this kind of scientist, there's all sorts of different stuff for you to do too. But like I said, this is a really cool one. Most age groups can handle an owl dissection. It's safe.
It's going back in there. Oh my god.
What is that? There's so much hair.
It's a thing. I'm gonna do another. Wait, what's that?
I think you're picking the bone.
Something's gonna land in my mouth before we're done, and I'm gonna throw up. Oh god.
So I definitely think this needs to be a regularly occurring thing. I'll bring a frog dissection or something next time.
Yes.
I will be in a hazmat. Actually, I've never done a frog dissection.
I dissected a rat.
So dissections are
dissected
really
a pregnant cat.
Yeah, so dissections, it's not for the weak-stomached individuals. It is kind of a more, not difficult, but it's something that you typically do in like more advanced science classes, meaning, you know, middle school, high school levels courses.
Definitely not elementary.
Yeah, well, you know, we actually have had a lot of 4th and 5th graders come and do dissections.
Yeah.
So they are kind of gross sometimes. Science is gross sometimes. There's really no way to sugarcoat that and make it sound any better.
You know, this is gross, but it's fun.
But
it's a fun gross.
It's fun, but like I always tell my students when they come in, there's such great utility to doing something like this because
it desensitizes you to the
not. I'm not saying it's valuable because the bones don't scare you as bad, but you're physically, you know, seeing the sign, you know, you're dissecting and we learn to respect our biological specimen and the value that they're adding to science, and you know how we're better understanding what owls eat, where they live, how frog dissections help us better
and how
understand.
It's not actually poop.
Yes,
I thought it was poop.
I thought it was owl
they
poop.
were very hesitant to do this activity with me.
Instead, it's just vomit.
I mean,
it's dried vomit.
It's more of a hairball, I would say. They were like, I don't want to touch with
owl poop.
Yeah.
Feces.
Yeah. It's not.
I'm really glad my cat doesn't regurgitate bones.
Well, that's because while your cat probably eats cat food that has animal products in it and things, they're not eating full prey like the owls are. And so their digestive tracts are unable to break down these items that they are regurgitating back up.
This is a tiny little thing.
So
it looks like a baby little.
So your cat's hairball is probably mainly just hair because they bathe themselves that they can't digest.
So theoretically, stray cats, would they?
I think that's. I follow your thought process there.
It's a possibility.
Because,
but maybe not often.
I don't think they. They don't swallow them whole.
They don't eat the bones. I don't think they just kind of.
Are you sure?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If I see a stray cat eating prey, I'm gonna use my scientific term.
That's good.
If I see a cat acting as a predator in nature, eating its prey, I'm probably not gonna get close enough to really analyze it. If I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
But those are great questions, and those are really similar to questions that we get from students when they come and visit us. And that's, again,
right now we are your students.
Yeah, that's really what's so great about this is y'all are very engaged, and we're asking these questions, and you are making real life connections. There are lots of bones. This is actually a really great owl pellet.
I'm really trying to figure out.
I'm finding tiny bones.
Yeah, me too. I'm really trying to figure out.
Well, they're fire small, so they are going to be really tiny bones.
I wonder what critter it was.
I think this one was a bird.
That's what I'm thinking with this one.
No, this one's not. That's
no, please.
So I would maybe recommend to not breathe on the owl pellet so that the fur and things aren't blowing towards your lab partner here.
What we did earlier.
Like what you did earlier.
See, this is why you're here.
Yep.
Just, I personally want owl pellet all over me. I imagine.
What if your mouth was open?
I would be very, very upset.
Yeah, it would be gross.
I would not be happy.
We don't eat our science here at the
It'd be worse than the roach. It'd be worse than the roach.
Hey, now I told you you'll get your revenge for that.
Yeah, so I've got lots and lots of roaches downstairs. I'd be happy to.
No, thank you. No, thank you. They can stay in their little environment.
What is that? It's like yellow.
This looks like a little baby skull.
That looks like teeth. Like a front tooth. It's just like a little sliver of that bone.
Weird.
What is that?
Oh my goodness.
Do y'all have any more questions? Y'all are very hyper-focused. We're kind of just...
It went somewhere.
Is that a skull?
I think.
Or the beak?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so tiny.
Baby bird. He ate a baby. I'm
It's a
upset.
baby.
I found a baby.
It's a baby. It go bye-bye.
It's the circle of life. We do talk about
Circle of
life
life.
cycles and things here. So that's, again, another fun topic we get to discuss.
I was going to say something, but I forgot.
I don't know what questions to ask you except for what is this bone?
Yeah, what is this? What is this?
What?
And that's a big part of our job here.
Is there a better way that we could dissect these right now?
I mean,
Soak 'em.
I wouldn't soak
Microwave
them. Or microwave them.
It go boom.
So just a general disclaimer, I would really not microwave any biological specimen that you have in your facility for dissection.
It will explode.
It would be very gross.
Could you imagine if this just imploded?
So,
Oh
for
my
example,
gosh.
when we feed our large reptiles, including our snakes, we don't ever microwave our biological specimen.
Can't warm it up for him.
Fun little snippets
Gotta
of his
serve it
life.
cold.
No, we warm it. We've got our means, but just never microwave your science project.
Unless instructed to.
Yeah.
There's very few times I believe you'd be instructed to microwave a science experiment. I'm willing to take that, to put that out there.
The internal panic that you're like trying to express is
Please,
so great.
please don't.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to comb. Like this.
To comb it away.
Comb it away.
I don't have that advantage.
Ew.
I have a stick.
A stick.
A stick.
What is that? There's so much hair surrounding it.
Really?
Yeah. It looks like a baby wishbone. Oh. Where'd it go?
And I'm free. Free falling. It looks like cat hair.
Did I eat a cat?
So this one right here is really good. This one so far I think has been your best.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I destroyed the skull.
Yeah, he looks...
So
I tried.
they are probably going to be rather brittle. They are small rodents and birds and things
I
like
think
that.
I smushed it.
Yeah.
Or
Y'all-
there just wasn't one in the
Y'all are quite enthusiastically picking through the
Do
owl
you
pellet.
think that...
Who knew, right?
Okay, yeah,
Do
who
you
knew?
think that... I
That
lost
what?
my train of thought.
It went
Oh,
bye.
that these little critters, when they eat them, is it an instant? Or do you think they suffer? Like, I want to know.
Disclaimer, we talk about death in this episode.
I'm sorry. And we
Well,
weren't looking at bones.
Trigger warning.
That is, I get that question a lot because and I find it very sweet and encouraging that a lot of
That kids care
a lot of my
about.
sweet babies come in and they're like, is it alive? Is it gonna?
Yeah.
Did it suffer?
So because these animals are eaten, they're full whole. I'm gonna say that it was rather quick
In your professional opinion,
and peaceful, and I'm gonna put that out there.
I hope
That's
so.
my former
It is a circle
elementary
of life.
educator answer to
The
that.
circle of life.
But no, I mean that's a really common kind of issue with dissections. Is it is hard, especially depending on the specimen that you're using. That's why I have my own kind of
That's a hip
hesitancies
bone.
with certain things.
Right?
Y'all just went through all those pellets.
We have one more.
There's one more.
Here.
Is that a hip? I don't know what that is.
Potentially.
Wait, pelvic.
Yeah, it looks like a pelvic bone.
I
Yeah.
was right.
I have piles of bones. I haven't even tried
I have a
to
pile
place
of
them.
fur.
There's a lot of fur, so I do think there's lots of little bones in here.
There's
that
a
are
lot of
just kinda
tiny
getting-
bones.
Yeah, and they're going to be a little bit harder to identify. There's some like a
It's
skull's
like
got very obvious.
that.
Yeah.
It's like opening a baked potato. Like the tin foil. It's wrapped.
Gross enough. That's what I had for lunch today. That's really gross. I will not be having that for lunch tomorrow.
I'm
happens a lot. You know, we use pig organs for a lot of our dissections, or for our organ exploration, and they always end up cooking pork in the cafe every time I do that. And
Of course.
I think they do it as a joke.
And it's just like, oh my gosh.
Or just, yeah.
Okay, so Savannah is the only vegan in our building.
Yes.
And so,
That makes it that much more funny.
yeah. Yeah.
It brings a lot of
She
joy
likes to
a
eat
lot of
spiced bread.
Spiced bread.
It's
Mm-hmm.
that's the kind way they
It's
describe
bread
my food.
with spiced bread, and then underneath is bread.
Yeah, that's how.
That's our sandwich.
I want to know what bone this is.
This is bacon.
A biggin.
Bacon.
Yeah, y'all have about kind of worked through. Y'all found a lot of the bigger pieces.
Surprise!
I don't know. I was gonna say trained professionals,
one's
but we
big.
sure are not.
We are not.
Your wooden craft stick is proving to be quite the useful dissection tool.
See, I knew it would.
I just looked down and saw you.
Like, where did you get that?
Where did you grab that
I'm gonna say
from?
we are in the education office, so
There's a lot to find.
There's a lot to find. It's pretty safe to assume.
It's almost
there's
like a
always
treasure
wooden
hunt.
Popsicle sticks. Yeah.
It's the circle of life.
Is it stuck in your head now?
You can't tell.
I crunched.
That
I'll
looks
say
like
that sounded a little crunchy.
That one I crunched. That was a skull that I crunched.
Dang it.
I know I'm not gentle.
At least we got one. We got one. That's pretty intact.
Well, it's okay. Not all of them are gonna
I tried
be
really
as
hard
structurally sound.
I tried really hard to keep him intact. Where's his head? Where'd
He's
he
right
go?
there.
Yeah, I think that was a skull.
I was talking.
It is no longer a skull.
It happens. So, I mean, and what's great about these is some of them they're going to be great finds, and some of them you'll just get the little tiny bones and you won't really be able to identify much. And so it's just a testament to science and experiments in general. Is that sometimes it works, sometimes it may not work as well, and you just keep trying.
If it works, it works. It don't.
Rodent or shrew?
Or shrew. That's a word.
I think it might be a shrew. But it kind of hooks like a rodent.
I'm thinking it kind of hooks like a rodent. Yeah, it's just missing the majority of its two front teeth.
And
Its face.
that might be the other one.
Yeah, its face is kind of
Gone.
It's like it was dissected with a pair of tweezers or something. It was pulled apart.
No more owl pellets.
I don't
It's
I
a
don't know.
goner.
Yeah, I think that's
No.
about done.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, yeah, I think, it'd be fun. Y'all take the time, try to identify your findings, and y'all can show them this bone chart that we have, which we do typically offer when our students are doing these dissections.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That was a great
It kind of
I
makes
mean,
it like a fun...
We're grown
what's-
adults having a blast. I can't imagine
Yeah.
kids.
Of course, we are not really normal.
Well, no, but I
We
don't
work
know.
at here.
Yeah,
We're
that's-
we're the
we work-
non-scientists working at a science center.
And
Science is for everybody. Clearly. And that's, again,
we were the
We learn a
personality
lot.
hires. We were the
personality hires.
We're the translators.
Yeah, the common folk language.
The urban science of science.
Yes.
Not
just
urban
went
science,
straight
it's
apart.
urban dictionary.
I knew what you were
I
saying.
knew what you meant too. I didn't even catch it.
That was the Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary of
definition
Science. Yeah!
Yeah, that's how good they are.
Mhm.
That's why we hired them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
You can feel it.
I can feel something hard, and it's just not. I have to get so close because I can't see. So I'm like.
What is this feeling so sudden and new? Please tell me you know that one. It's from Wicked.
I
The
know.
musical?
Popular.
Only because you did a video.
Yeah.
No. So the one I'm singing is between Elphaba and what's her name? Glinda. And it's when they first met each other and they're having a room with each other. And one's a peppy girl and one's a goth girl.
So this is really funny because this is honestly how most of our dissections go. Is it becomes just conversation and
Yeah.
While you're picking
fun.
a bone.
Yeah.
Picking apart
Just
tiny
casual
little
things.
bones.
Typical day at the job.
It's, what is this feeling so sad and new?
We're still talking about that. All right.
I felt it the moment I laid eyes on you.
Okay.
Wow. Now
My
I have
face is
popular stuck in
flushing.
my head.
What is this feeling?
All right, so I think y'all just about done it with you.
Yeah, I don't think there's much left to pull apart.
I think y'all just about done it.
Loathing, unadulterated loathing. Sorry.
I don't know.
I had to finish that part. But yeah, this is just tiny little
I'm
bones.
really trying
for-
to describe your...
So y'all really identified the bigger.
Okay. Sorry, Savannah.
Okay, hands down.
Back to size.
Yeah. It's okay. Again, this is.
I felt like a pregnant answer.
What did I call it earlier? A centipede?
Yeah, no, you called it like.
I called it a centipede.
You're nuttin'.
Yeah, it was. That's a bug. The picture?
Was a praying mantis.
Yeah, but I called it a centipede.
I thought you called it like a grasshopper.
No, I was way off. I said centipede.
Baby.
I said it's a centipede, and I went
wrong.
It's a. I'll show you the picture that was on
Yeah,
there.
I'll put it up there.
Yeah.
That is a big caterpillar, Taylor.
Centipede.
It's a big centipede.
Actually, I think you said caterpillar.
I said something.
That's when you.
That wasn't
That's a
a
big
praying
bug.
mantis.
Was that one
That's a
or
big
two?
bug.
We're on one. Now we're into. We'll go back to one. Yay! Not that one. That one.
The cameras are labeled.
Yeah.
I did it wrong.
Last episode, I looked at the wrong camera for about
For like half the
20
episode.
minutes. Yeah, so
All right.
I don't know where.
Yay!
Yeah.
We had fun.
Yeah. Well, thank y'all for having me. This was really fun, and I mean,
Thanks for being here.
Yeah,
Our first official
always. Hey, that's director of education.
It was
that's
chaos
what you do.
before.
Yeah.
It was chaos before.
No, but really and truly, it is such a great experiment, and it is about having fun like this. That's what I hope for everyone who comes in this building. That I always say, where this isn't the formal education, where there are kind of things that points that you have to meet, but this is for exploration and fun and curiosity and excitement.
It cultivates a love for learning.
Well, yeah, exactly. And you will always remember that day that you dissected an owl pellet and learned that it wasn't owl poo, and that there are lots of little bones in there.
When you
Those-
dropped it.
Those sweet little animals went peacefully.
I know. I really hope they did. I feel bad
It
for
goes
it.
peacefully into the night.
Yeah, they did. You can believe me. I'm
No
a
thoughts.
scientist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
There we
thoughts.
go. I can
Smooth
believe
brain.
you.
I endorse it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's it. For
Yeah.
our
Thank you for
outcast.
watching for this long.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
It was
Please
fun.
support us and like and subscribe
And
to
follow.
YouTube and follow and TikTok
Yeah.
and all that.
And
Love you.
come see us at the Exploreum.
Yes, come to the
Yes.
Exploreum.
Yeah.
Anytime.